Σχέδιο δώρων φαντασία και όλα γίνονται. Ένα σπίτι στο βουνό μπορεί να γίνει δικό σου με τις κάρτες της Τράπεζας Κύπρου.
You're watching the latest Cyprus news from financialmirror.tv. Cyprus banks are healthy with no exposure to toxic debt and are well prepared to withstand the negative impact of a slowdown as a result of the global credit turmoil, according to a leading banker. Andreas Vgenopoulos, vice chairman of Cyprus's second largest bank, Marfin Popular, dismissed accusations that banks are taking advantage of the global financial crisis to make excessive profits. He added that with the net interest margin on loans in Cyprus at 2.1%, all banks are faced with the prospect of shrinking margins and profitability that are further burdened as a result of higher cost of deposits and expenses, citing this as the reason why banks cannot lower their lending rates. Vgenopoulos also called on the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission to lift the ban on closed-period trading, whereby major shareholders with access to company boards and management cannot trade in their own shares a month prior to the end of the reporting period and until the announcement of results. These are exceptional times, and it warrants exceptional action, he added. The Cyprus Tourism Organization expects 80,000 tourists to visit the island this winter, while the state tourism body said that incentives for investments to enrich and upgrade the tourist product are proceeding well. CTO Chairman Paphos said the government package is worth 13 million euros, with the application period starting on December 1, that will have the backing and support of EU structural funds. The incentives will be distributed in two parts. 7.8 million euros will be offered for projects that will enhance and diversify tourist services, such as theme parks, while 5.2 million euros will go to hoteliers to upgrade and improve their facilities. All the relevant information has been posted on the website visitcyprus.biz. The CTO is also promoting winter holiday packages for local tourism, valid until March 2009, and excludes the Christmas period. The package offers Cyprus residents lower prices at hotels and hospitality and taverns or restaurants of the area, as well as guided tours. The CTO has allocated a budget of 95,000 euros for 2008 and 75,000 euros for the 2009 winter packages. Top Kinesis Travel has set up the website cyprusshortescapes.com for online hotel, restaurant, and excursion bookings and payments at reduced fees. Travel agents are calling for urgent measures by the government to counter the decline in tourist arrivals in 2009, describing the measures announced so far as inadequate and ineffective. Victor Mantovani, chairman of the Association of Cyprus Travel Agents, said that in addition to targeted promotion, the government should also improve the island's tourist product to make it more competitive by offering specific measures, such as temporary reduction of VAT for hotels. They also agree with hoteliers, calling for a reduced electricity bill charged at industrial rather than commercial rates, and also demand lower landing fees for charter airlines using the airports at Larnaca and Paphos. The Commerce, Industry and Tourism Minister also met with officials from the CTO, Cyprus Airways, and Eurocypria with a view to achieve better tourist accessibility to the island and introduce steps for better coordination. Cyprus spent a total of 1 billion euros on public and private education in 2006, according to figures released by the Statistical Service that also show that 1 in 4 primary and secondary students attend private schools. The cost on the state for each pupil was 4,909 euros in preschool and pre-primary. In primary, it was 4,976 euros, 38,975 euros for special education, 7,916 euros for secondary, and 17,180 for higher education. The cost per student abroad was 4,082 euros. In 2006, there were a total of 21,188 Cypriot students in universities abroad. A massive 30 to 40% decline in the construction sector, worth 850 million euros last year, could result in up to 20,000 job losses, according to a leading contractor. The Federation of Construction Contractors said that foreign nationals account for a fifth of the construction workforce, but warned that Cypriot staff would face the axe too, as they earn more than foreign workers. They called on the government to make good on its pledge to engage in mega projects to counter the effects of the global downturn in Cyprus and to do it fast. According to the Property Valuers Association, sales have dropped by nearly a quarter so far this year. The greatest drop was in Paphos, with a decrease of 36%. The figures are based on sales contracts registered at the land registry between October 2007 and 2008. Meanwhile, the real estate agents have confirmed that property sales in coastal areas have dropped by up to 40% as a result of flagging demand from foreign buyers. Reflecting a downturn in the property market, Cyprus's tax receipts from real estate transactions fell 27% in the first 10 months of the year, though overall revenues were marginally higher than last year. The Inland Revenue Department said total revenue for January through October advanced by 2% year-on-year to 1.7 billion euros. The marginal improvement is mainly attributed to the higher revenue associated with the special contribution for defense and revenue from corporation tax. A Turkish warship harassed 2 oil and gas exploration vessels earlier this month, which were forced to cease their operations and return to Cyprus territorial waters, according to an official protest sent to the United Nations. The Panama-flagged exploration ships were carrying out surveys on behalf of the Cyprus government when the incident occurred 27 nautical miles south of the island's coast and far from Turkish naval operations. President Christofias said when the incident occurred, the vessels were within the international recognized Cyprus Exclusive Economic Zone, which is a maritime boundary, normally 200 nautical miles from the shore, within which a country maintains exploitation rights. Cyprus has delineated its exclusive economic zone in separate agreements with Egypt, Israel, and Lebanon. Cypriot authorities have defined 11 offshore blocks south and southeast of the island for oil and gas exploration, with large areas still uncharted. A senior energy official told Reuters that the authorities were close to awarding an exploration contract to a U.S.-based firm for one of the blocks, and that negotiations were ongoing with 2 more companies for a further 2 blocks. The island planned to hold a second licensing round, a process where companies express an interest in exploration in June next year. On to some corporate news now. The Cyprus Stock Exchange has launched the FTSE ASE CSE Banking Index, which is expected to help the development of capital markets in Cyprus, since it will now be possible to develop products based on the popular makeup of Cyprus's and Greece's top banks that usually attract most interest. The FTSE ATHEX CSE Banking Index was launched on November 3 with a benchmark value of 2,000 points. The 7 component banking stocks selected from the Athens Stock Exchange are Alpha Bank, Agricultural Bank of Greece, General Bank, National Bank of Greece, Eurobank EFG, Piraeus Bank, and Proton Bank. Bank of Cyprus, Marfin Popular Bank, and Hellenic Bank are the 3 component banking stocks from Cyprus. Bank of Cyprus and Marfin Popular are already listed on both exchanges. Thank you for watching FinancialMirror.tv.